Mr.
Oh,
Beast is in
God.
trouble. He's in trouble. He's in trouble. Oh, so much happened, Mr. Beast. Can we talk about Mr. Beast? So, if you don't know who Mr. Beast is, which I'd imagine most people do out there because he is like this big YouTube sensation out there, 26 years old, fucking 26 years old, Jimmy Donaldson. I can't believe how young he is. He's got all these problems, like more money, more problems, they say, right, everybody? 320 million subscribers and counting. He makes about 54 million bucks a year, which give me that money. Come on, guys, let's get there. Like and subscribe. Let's get there. Let's get there.
Doesn't deserve it. Doesn't deserve that.
Yeah, he doesn't. But, he does risky scenarios and there's controversy coming around his whole channel recently. Of course, there's a Lunchly thing coming out where they found mold in it and he was working hand in hand with Logan Paul. Moldy Lunchleys. People are going nuts about that, but that's not his only problem too. He also has people are calling fraud for some of his videos being allegedly staged and his content being not real, which people are getting pissed about. On top of that, a video resurfaced about him just spewing just racial and homophobic slurs, and he hit a whole statement in August being like, I'm sorry guys, I'm sorry, I'm apologizing for that. Then he's been blamed for unsafe work conditions recently for his Amazon reality show Beast Games. And there's a whole lawsuit going on with that. And one of the people actually exposing that moving forward came forward over the weekend to talk about another thing, because one of his actual co-workers on his show was accused for sexual assault with a minor. And this stuff always keeps coming in. I hate to talk about this. He's calling them
several. Yeah.
Several. He's calling them massive lies, twisted truth. But again, you already have all these allegations. People are coming after you, of course. He's got all these subscribers, but the stuff that's coming forward, it's the evidence that's coming forward, that's going to the FBI, because now it's been sent to the FBI for a big investigation. I'm like, I don't know. This is according to Rosanna Pacino, who was she's really going after him. She also had Dogpack 404 from YouTube, who used to work for Mr. Beast, coming forward talking about this. But there was a telegram, or telegraph. It's called telegram communication between all of him and his coworkers. Now, he didn't say his actual name on that. He was calling himself like Mr. Smith or John Smith on this whole thing. And and so these allegations, because one of his coworkers, who again was Ava Chris Tyson, for grooming a young child, was part of this chat, sending images back and forth of young children who were the explicit content there. There's a picture of a bed, kid's car bed, being like, let's go for a ride. There was also sick shit. There's images of animated young children. There was one with making fun of a 26-year-old who was with a young underage girl too, and there's sexual assaults moving forward.
I'm a big fan of Shadman.
I don't know what Shadman is.
Shadman is a known animator of child pornography, and he has several Shadman posters up on the walls of his home.
Jeez. That's not good either. But these messages, though, Lexi, came out. They're from 2020 to 2021. These chats, these logging chats from his actual employer with all the employees, and these things aren't good, because he's part of these. He's joking about Ava, and Ava's saying that I want to read the exact thing because it's fucked up. Ava said I am a let me find the actual line for you guys, because it's I'm asexual. I'm asexual predator, and he's laughing at this. There's a photo of a young child with a caption. There's Nazi stuff in there. There was a picture of Ivanka Trump, and they were saying that she was 13, and you can see her naked. But that came out later, that she was actually 18 in that photo. But still, they were under the guise that she was underage, and they're joking about it. And he's saying, I bet Chris would love this anime because it's about an underage person. It's just fucked up. And even Ava was grooming a person when they were 13 years old, and Ava was 20, and they were sending sexual pictures and graphics and imagery and all this shit. It's not right. And he's releasing a lot of stuff for children, a lot of content for children on top of that. And he's saying that, he didn't know about this as a personal investigation going against Ava, but this whole Telegram thing came out with all their correspondence, and they showed the whole thing, and now people are going nuts. Now it's going to the FBI. I just think you're Mr. Beast. You got the whole world in your hands pretty much when it comes to YouTube. How do you fucking let this shit happen? How do you surround yourself? And that's what people are saying online. How do you surround yourself by someone like this? How do you not be more careful? And was his friend, and his friend was putting it out there, again, fired, gone now. And, I didn't know about this. But a lot of these text messages these Telegram messages seem like he did know this was going on, joking about it openly. This is a problem. It's a problem. It's always, yeah, I think so too, Angela. It's always a problem.
He's had protection for years. This has been going on since the early 2010s. People have been trying to call it out, but he has power. He has power and money. And he's one of the biggest creators
kid stuff, though, Lexi.
Everything he makes is for kids. Every single piece of content he makes is for kids. He knows his demographic is 13 and under. All of his content is aimed at 13 and under. So let's go through the dirt of it. He has
these are allegations. One more time, everybody. Allegations. These are something that was released on Telegram. We're not sure if these they have been vetted, and they say these are accurate. It's under John Smith. It's not his name, but they have actually verified that it is him through multiple sources, that he is the person in the Telegram messages back and forth through this private chat.
You said it. And the guy sounds like a dirtbag, but until he goes to court and he's proven it, it's a legend. You can put all the shit you want from the videos till it goes to court and everybody gets to say their side. It's a legend. I mean, that may be a dirtbag, and I don't doubt it's possible he is, because there's two, as our viewer reviews have said, there's a lot of dirtbags out there.
Yeah, there are, GR. We talked about Diddy recently, too, about all those allegations, too, GR.
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
before I'm going to Lexi in a second. One second, Lexi, because I know GR is going off dirtbag, but GR, do you think that people will attack? I mean, people already attack him. I mean, 20. That's like millions of subscribers, right? Is this going to affect his brand, you think?
Oh, hell yes. And if a third of what we've heard is true, of the dirtbag ends up in jail, and you'll have a real good time, because they love pedophiles in the prison system.
Yeah. And they're not saying that he is a pedophile, but some of the things that he was kind of supporting throughout their chat and laughing at, and homophobic stuff he's saying too. It's like a lot of people are really like, this guy is like they're saying he's a dirtbag pretty much. And I honestly hate that shit. When I hear about this shit, we said about Diddy, you don't fucking touch children, don't mess with fucking children, you don't do that. That's a big thing on Kruse Control. Don't fuck with children. I just think it's crazy. Lexi does have a pet duck. His name is Bobbins. Lexi. Lexi, I know you're very versed in this too. There's a lot of allegations, and you've been like really, really going after him too. As Rosalind's been going after him, a lot of people have been going after him. Millions of people going after him. Is this just more par for the course? A guy that shouldn't have the fame that he actually has? So,
the thing that makes YouTube interesting and the Mr. Beast stuff interesting is that, like, okay, so there's the incredibly predatory lotteries. Hey, you buy my shirt, you buy 10 shirts from me, I'll give you $1,000. So he convinces kids to buy 10 shirts from him. He'll send like $1,000, and the kids don't get the money.
What the fuck,
right?
Really?
Yeah, it happens all the time. He does lotteries, and the lotteries are not legal because he is a YouTuber, and because YouTube doesn't have regulation over, like the FCC doesn't have regulation over YouTube. Like all that stuff that was created. Like the 80s when we were having all of the branding that was like the cartoons that were advertisements, and like all the way that they advertised to us, and basically they were like, you can't do this anymore. This is illegal. And they created all these rules and laws about the way that you can advertise products to children. YouTubers don't have to follow any of those rules. All those rules don't exist for YouTubers. So YouTubers, Logan Paul, Mr.
We love
Beast,
you, YouTube.
KSI, the three people who have created, those are the three people who created Lunchly, by the way. Those three people have, since their inceptions on YouTube, specifically marketed products at kids in manipulative ways that are illegal. They're literally using tactics that are, so that's how they've built their careers, is marketing to children and getting kids.
It's a big market.
It's incredible. It's a huge
massive
market. And they've been doing it through like incredibly monstrous, disgusting, like viral marketing campaigns and stuff like this. So their brands are built on that. Now, Jimmy is known as using people's like disabilities to like film for content. Like, oh, I'm gonna help this many blind people, and it's like, okay, he's gonna help them, but really, like, it's not helping them, and it's to get views. So he's constantly
exploiting. He exploits.
it's exploitation of disabilities or lesser people. He's known as a poverty. I can't remember what the word was, like a poverty something or whatever. But like he goes to places specifically because this will create content. So it's not just about like creating extreme content.
These are staged a lot, right? They're staged.
Yeah,
is that true?
Staged. And actually, there are photoshops. There are literal, like they've gone back and proven. If you can look at some of this stuff, he's used AI on some. There's a house. You can look at the house is literally warping in spots, like on the video, like it's just moving. You know what I mean? Like the AI creates warping effects and stuff because it's been manipulated digitally to make it look like the house was rebuilt. He just rebuilt a hospital that they were saying he rebuilt the hospital, but he didn't rebuild the hospital. The hospital was already half finished, and he went in and made the hospital look more dilapidated and falling apart so that he can make it look like he did more. He didn't. The hospital was in the process of being whatever. He came over and did a little bit of assistance. So there's ways he could have helped, but he doesn't help. It's all for marketing and branding. Those are small things in comparison to the fact that people have been calling him out on this stuff since, like I said, the mid-2010s. I personally have had a problem with Mr. Beast since I'd say 2013, 2014. And I was like, I never liked this guy. I said, something's up with him. Something's creepy about him. Now,
how does he have so many followers? Is it because of his like the risky games he's doing?
It's children. It's because remember I talked to you before about the Cocomelon stuff where I said that the editing that he uses that rapid fire editing, the thing with the attention spans, nothing is ever on the screen for more than 3 seconds. Everything that he makes, short form content, like even though his videos will even be 30 minutes, if you watch them, you're not actually getting anything. Like I've watched one of his videos from start to finish. I watched that one recently where he put people in a bunker because I was like, okay, I'll watch this bunker video because I want to see this. I watched that one that came out, I think like about a few months ago when all the controversy was going on. I wanted to see it. The editing that he uses is just rapid fire. You never actually get engrossed in anything, and you don't really learn anything about the people because it's like it's all manipulative editing content. And at the end of the day, it's all he spreads like piles of money. He throws piles of money at people all the time, and he's always like, well, I'll give you money.
$54 million a year. That's fucking crazy.
And it's exploitive. I mean, we're talking about he saw Squid Games and said, I'm going to make Squid Games. And said that was a good idea. And he was the first person to do that. Now, I know that they've since made the game show out of it, but he was someone who literally saw that show and went, that's beautiful. I'm going to do that. That's a show I'm going to take the idea from and run with it, and like has done that. Beast Games has come back with more injuries than anything that we've ever seen on the set. He doesn't hire through, you guys are all union here. He doesn't use union workers on any of his stuff to intentionally avoid union paying, union contracts.
All reality shows do that, though. They all get away with that shit. They just do it because they know.
He won't, because he's on YouTube in particular, he won't use anything that he knows that he has to follow regulations on because he doesn't want to follow those regulations. He's known for this. This is known for this. His company, the HR of his company is his mother. So,
hey, Mom!
Is his mom running his PR too? Because
his mom is also involved in the PR, but actually the PR firm that he has now is the same PR firm for Harvey Weinstein. So
great!
He went and got Harvey Weinstein's PR firm to help him recently with all of the controversy that's going on.
You mean? Are you talking about Slated?
Yeah. So he has them.
I'm surprised that they're even associated with him right now.
What's Slata? Is it it's a PR company? Slata, it's called?
Slated. Big,
Slated.
That's like a big PR firm, like massive. Yeah.
He, in the midst of all of this controversy, chose to go work with Logan Paul, who has so many lawsuits under his belt, it's not even funny. The Prime stuff is like ridiculous. I've talked about Prime on here before. I've talked about all the stuff with Logan Paul before. I'm a big.
It has electrolytes, right?
Oh, it does. I'm a big follower of Logan Paul's career.
That's my industry too, though. That's my business. So I mean, I work with those people, and it's like I hear all kinds of crazy stuff. But like,
it's insane how much Logan Paul gets in trouble on a day-to-day basis. Like Logan has somehow beaten Jake Paul as being the worst Paul brother, which is amazing. I mean, he had Donald Trump on his show and was shilling Prime at the same time that he had Donald Trump on his show to help with the election. He literally gave a 20% bump to Trump by having him on his show.
Everybody does that on their podcasts. They pimp their material. You know what I mean? They're gonna pimp their stuff.
Yeah.
Especially with a big figure like that.
Looks like
People are gonna.
He did it. He was he's like, so there's stuff going on in Gaza. So anyway, Prime, and he's just like shilling Prime in the middle of like talking about like whatever, and people are just horrified by it. But Logan Paul.
Anyways, Cruise Control is brought to you by Pepe's Snickety Snacks. I'm just kidding.
Like, so you go and work with Logan Paul, who's in the middle of one of the biggest crypto scandals right now, one of the biggest lawsuits ever, being sued by Prime, and you create Lunchly to compete with Lunchables. Oh, and you get KSI involved, who's also one of the most controversial figures on the platform, who's also involved in lawsuits, who's also doing the same thing.
Is that the agency?
No, KSI is the African-American gentleman that you saw in the picture there. He's the third party that also sells Prime. And
I mean about KSA, because KSA is going through a lot of lawsuits too here in LA.
KUSI, the new station in San Diego.
And so you have three of the largest scumbags on the platform who market stuff to kids come out with Lunchly, and then the Lunchly is full of incorrect facts. It's not nutritionally better than a Lunchable, which is saying something because a Lunchable is already not nutritionally
Those are
good.
microplastic foods, which are freaking absolutely horrible for you and shouldn't even be on the market. But
the
How
thing
are
is,
they moldy though? How are they moldy? It's like because like those things are supposed to last forever, right? I know the expiration is wrong.
The Rosanna Cancino showed us that the reason that they're moldy is because, one, he's choosing to put real cheese in these products, and two, because he's not using pasteurization on his products. The seals, which, the glue that goes around the outside of it, the glue is not on properly around the cheese in some of these, and so the air is able to get into the cheese, and the cheese is molding. And so they're not doing quality control on these products, and they're putting them out. Some of these products say that they're 2 months up, they expire in December, and they're already moldy. And it's not just Rosanna Pansino. She showed that there are multiple people, and it's funny that, I think the thing that gives it credit is Rosanna Pansino going after him. If anybody's familiar with Rosanna Pansino, she's a very celebrated celebrity chef on Food Network.
Is she like 14 million subscribers or something like that?
Yeah.
She has multiple shows about making cakes. She's a cake maker.
I like cakes.
She's a judge on multiple food shows. She's had multiple shows on Netflix. She's had multiple shows on Food Network. This is not a small media personality choosing to go after him. And what he did was...
Lexi, will there be ramifications for his shit, though? Will there be any kind of ramifications? Because he's been doing this, you were saying, he's been doing it. There's a lot of history, I know. He's been doing this for a long time. Like, is this really going to do anything to him? Because it's like one thing happens, the next thing happens, the next thing... So, will the FBI do anything, you think?
I mean, he hired a known predator as his...
Answer the question, Lexi.
I am answering it. He hired a known predator as one of his HR people. That was one of the first things, a known pedophile predator that he included in the videos. He then has, Chris Tyson transitioned. And
into Ava Tyson, right?
Ava. And so that right there created all this stuff where he was supporting the community, but then also then it was shown he's not supporting the LGBT community because he's been saying all sorts of negative slurs behind the back, and then also has been supporting a person who was putting out all kinds of child porn stuff and has been supporting other creators of child porn on the platform, not just but has been known to hang out with and is a supporter of multiple creators of child porn content on the platform itself and have hung out with them for years. And then there's a third party that he hired who was this African-American gentleman who was known for creating porn and also
so he's all in it.
Kids. And so there's 3 people that he's had on his staff alone who have backgrounds on this, as well as multiple other people on his staff who have backgrounds in abuse to their spouses and partners and things like that have backgrounds of like multiple abuse allegations. And so even if he himself is somehow clear, he also has a manifesto showing that the workplace he creates supports these things. It says that we want to support the boys and all of their like his manifesto literally says we support the boys and all they do. Boys will be boys. Allow boys to be boys. These are things that he has created in the workplace. So he has created a workplace that encourages these things. And so if
he has to go down, like if this comes out, this stuff's all real. Lexi, he has to There's got to be
I
some
don't
kind of
know.
ramifications, right?
I don't know how he can come out of this clean. I don't know how.
It doesn't seem like it.
And with the Lunchley stuff on top of that, with the amount of mold that's coming back in the Lunchley and
You're
all that
fucking
stuff.
with children's nutrition. You're sending children. Or you have an employee that's sending adult content to other children. It's just. I mean, you're laughing about it. You're creating jokes about it. It's
which part of his allegations do you think will topple him? The child porn allegations, the shady employees, all that, or if we just eliminate all of that, the food products being sold to children that are marketed in a shady way, that are full of mold, that have doctors and people in that industry saying like this product is not healthy the way, because he's trying to sell it as a healthy product, and those are the key words. You can't say this is a healthy product.
No Lunchable is a healthy product.
Right. Well, it's the same with Prime.
It's processed meat and crackers.
Right.
You know?
So when you sit there and you say it's healthy and you say Prime is good for you and that Prime has more electrolytes, when they're literally saying Prime is,
it's idiocracy. It's idiocracy. Let's just say what it is.
It's about cash money, right? Let's get real. Like this is if this was my client, I would be like, listen, you're clearly doing this for the money. It's
what
not
would you
that
say?
Believe this product is,
Could they survive, Angela? Do you think, if this is your client?
What's that?
Oh, it's still there. Could you survive if this is your client? Is there a way of getting out of this, you think?
Yeah, I mean, yikes. I mean, it's not good when you got the FBI snooping in your business, because obviously something's there. You know what I mean? They're looking into. I mean, I don't really think. I mean, if this was I don't know if I haven't had anyone, to be honest, that's like that. So I haven't had to, necessarily worry about. Anything with any child issues or
any kind of assault.
that's not. I can't have anything to do with you. Like that's just a ethical boundary that I can't cross. And it's happened like not entirely on that level, but like with domestic abuse with women and stuff like that. Like I cannot represent or have anything to do with anyone like that. It's just not my. It goes against my own thing, but. With this situation, I mean, I think it comes down to the whole thing with the children. This guy's brand is destroyed. So I don't even know if brand rep management can come back and help this guy out. I mean, right now he's going to be in probably a slew of legal problems is what it's looking like to me based on this information. So it's kind of like a get your shit and run. Whoever is get out of there.
Sponsorships are probably dropped, right, Angela?
What?
Are you surprised sponsorships are still there?
Yeah, and I think the reason they're not probably there is based on whatever. I mean, I don't contractually, I know how a lot of these work, so they would have an automatic out at this point based on what they should have in their contracts and the rider clauses that, if there is any kind of not malice, but if there's any kind of situation like this arising where you're in question with legal authorities, any authorities that except whatever, FBI, police, and you're doing stuff on this level, this is even an allegation, you can get the hell out. You've got an out in your clause as a sponsor, you're gone. So from my work that I do and the contracts I've done, that's totally an out. Your breach of contract, it's done. Doesn't matter. You don't need to it doesn't have to be confirmed. It just needs to be put out there. And the fact that it would be out there would be reason for someone to leave. So unless he's got his attorneys on it or something where they're sticking around, I find that kind of interesting, to be honest, if they're still there.
He has so many lawyers right now. He's got a giant team of lawyers who are not letting him say a word.
Yeah, and I'm going to be honest, I don't know how much money he's actually worth, but it won't matter for shit because every single dollar will be gone that he has.
Yeah.
For his legal
$54 million a year he makes.
Right, and how long has he been doing that, making $54 million a year since 20?
Probably for the past at least 10 years, probably.
Think so? Okay. So
he's the richest YouTuber out there currently, and he has the highest subscriber account of any YouTuber. He actually had a special play button made just for him because of the subscriber count he made. It's only made just for him.
GR was there with him for a while, but then GR left.
Okay, I'm not a follower of this guy. I've never really even participated in his content.
You
I don't know
wouldn't
anything.
want to watch it. It would not interest you. Like,
No,
it's
I'm not sure. I'm
genuinely
not like underage.
no.
Yeah.
This idiot is and I don't know the guy or care to, but
Yeah.
he's a prime example of why the parents in this bloody country need to get their head out of their ass and learn what their kids are watching.
Amen, GR. Woo! There you go.
Applause for
Bud.
Thirsty Daddy.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, guys. I mean, okay, it's just now getting to the FBI. There's something going on here.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. If this guy is really this bad, the FBI would have been all over his ass like stink on garbage.
Yeah.
So there's something going on here, and until it goes to court, like I said 20 minutes ago, we don't know shit.
Yeah.
We think we do.
Yeah.
Oh God, we know because it's there and we see it. No, you don't know shit. Sorry,
There's a lot. There's a lot, GR. That's why everybody's going nuts about it. There's a lot. And it's like, because he's so influential on YouTube.
Brian, has he been
Yeah.
arrested?
Not yet. Nope.
And it doesn't mean shit. Until he gets arrested, this is all alleged bullshit. Until
People
he gets
work
arrested.
with him have.
People that what,
I
Lexi?
agree with you,
People who
Lexi.
work with him have.
I believe
Yeah, people have,
firmly
yes.
in the legal system, and in that man, he may be the dirtbag of all time. He may be right up there with P. Diddy and the other asshole. But
Harvey Weinstein?
yeah, well, I can't even say his name. But
Yeah.
the bottom line is, nobody in this country is guilty until he gets a day in court.
Yeah.
And that's why this is.
I don't
Even
know.
our viewers are basically saying that, Brian.
I don't know if it's
Yeah.
about. I think like what the like not to cut you off, Jared, but I think with him in particular, I don't know if like that. Maybe like now, because like Rosanna Pansino actually is the one who sent the stuff to the FBI with this. They were like, "Whoa, I think maybe now we can finally say something." But I think up to this point, it wasn't about trying to get him arrested. It was about getting people to understand that this is not a good person and that this is not a philanthropist, and that it's not someone that you should be investing your time and money into, and that you shouldn't be letting your kids watching, and that you shouldn't be giving it the time of day. And I think that was what the initial campaign was just to get people to understand that Mr. Beast is not a good person and to stop supporting him, because on the platform, so many high level creators were scared of him. And he had this,
That's bullshit.
Because he's the top creator. Why would you fuck with the top creator when he has the power, right? So you're going to work with him instead of like say shit about him, because
the
if you
power
say
can
shit
be
about
taken away very easily.
Stop.
right?
Power can be taken away as much as you can get it. So I would say the sponsors of this individual, if you know what you're doing, okay, like we work on that same level. Like if you know what you're doing, you would get your ass out of there now.
Absolutely.
I mean,
let him go.
Reading this, I don't even care. Like, it doesn't matter.
Angel.
My brand, I would be gone. Like, if my brand, if a client was my brand and representing, and I would be like, right now, we would have already had a massive, like a long time ago conversation. I would say we need to pull out, get out of this now. It's not worth the risk of everything else that's going on, because that's not what you want to be associated with, right?
Amazon definitely regrets working with him. Like they're like, we will not work with him again. They're pulling out.
Yeah,
they're not even sure if they're going to air Beast games at this point. Like there's been discussion about if it's even going to go on air or not. And they've spent a lot of money on this, but they're like, because of how many people were injured on this, because of like the fallout from it, they're not even sure if they're going to air it anymore. Amazon's like, oh man, this was the worst thing we ever invested in. Genuinely.
Yeah, I mean, they've invested in a lot of shit though too. Like I'm surprised they keep putting more money in that Lord of the Rings show. You know what I mean? They just keep putting money into that. So I mean, I just think that overall it's like it's controversial. It's a lot. There's a lot of context for what he's gone through back and forth. Allegations and more keep coming out, and I think that if these things have even like an little inkling of truth to them, like GR said, he will end up in court sometime. We will see those cuffs on them.
I think that's what we want. We want to see, like, I think we want to see it go that way. A lot of people want to see it go that way because I think that there is a deeper, but I think right now, more than anything, people just want to see him get canceled. Like, they just want to see, like, demonetization on his channel, and they just want to see,
that's the first step.
Some pull back on, like, him getting contracts with Walmart all the time and contracts with this and contracts. I mean, he's almost exclusive with Walmart. All of his product is sold at Walmart. So, I mean, like, that's the thing. It's like, we've got to get some pullback on this guy, and we've got to stop pretending that he's a philanthropist. I can't say that word.
Yeah, well, he's not a philanthropist. He's a something else. So I'm just like, I don't.
And he supports
whatever. I know that, I mean, as a journalist, I've been saying that I get it. So nothing's like written in stone until it is. But like at the same time, if it walks like a duck, I don't know, like.
No, Ava needs to see some jail time. Ava's the one that needs to get in trouble. Ava definitely needs
grooming a guy when he's 13 years old till you're 20 or some shit like that. It's not cool.
So much evidence, and all of the people that he's groomed have now come forward since, like, because they were kids and they were scared when they were kids, and they're like, I'm an adult now, I'm willing to talk about this. Like, there's very strong possibility that Ava will get in trouble, which that will hurt Mr. Beast's reputation because he's in the background of all of these videos with these Shadman posters on the wall, literally like engaging in these videos. They've gone through and edited these.
I can't even I don't even give this person the time of our day. It's so gross.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Get out of here. Be done. Whatever's right, Angela. Whatever he's been doing, he needs to stop. Take away his subscribers, take away his sponsorships, take all that away. If this shit's real, get the fuck off YouTube.
Therapy, get yourself in a place that can help get your, whatever, your mind straight or whatever the fuck is going on.
Less Mr. Beast, more Scribbity Toilet.
Yeah, you clearly stay away from kids. You understand?
Peppy, stay the fuck away from kids.
Oh, look at you getting all physical.
Peppy, what do you got to say to Mr. Beast?
I'll make you pick the shit up.
There we go. Listen to Peppy.
Yeah.
Right, Peppy?
I'm the motherfucking Pepestar.
But you know how I feel, right? It's just, it's kids, and this is all, it's disgusting. And like, I can't stand to see people like go against their grain just to get $1, Sure. Listen, it's great to get sponsorships. It's great to have people endorse you, and it's nice to see that fat check coming in. But at the same time, if you aren't going to eat it, if you're not going to do it, if you're not going to wear it, if you're not going to consume it, if you're not going to fly on it, if you're not going to drive it, do not represent it. Okay, if it does not have anything to do with what you do in your normal lifestyle, okay, then you don't need it. I mean, you wouldn't. Then you don't need it. There's plenty of brands out there, okay, to work with and other people that resonate with what you actually like and you do. So actually do things that are related to that. That's a big thing. I talk about this stuff all the time, but that's what you should be doing. You don't need to work with Red Bull or some other lunch company that has moldy cheese. I mean, it's going, it's I'm sorry, but I'm not going to do anything just to get a paycheck. I'm going to be pretty rigid about who I would work with and, people that come to me for those types. You can't just take anything and get $1 and then just, hey, you guys, you're 13, you watch my channel. They're highly influential, right? They're just little sponges looking to, and the parents need to be better about getting on top of their kids for sure. Social media is a dangerous place. It is. And and I'm on board. I'm totally with you, GR, on that. Parents, stop, sitting in another room and doing whatever the hell else you're doing. Get on top of your kids, grab their cell phones, look at what they're doing, look at what they're doing on the internet, control that shit. Go get parental controls, do what you got to do, and take the reins. You can't just let your kids be lazy and just louse about doing whatever they want. You need to get in there and make some moves and take action.
They call Gen Alpha the tablet
exactly
generation.
Correct.
What's that?
They call Gen Alpha the tablet generation.
Yeah. It drives me nuts. I hate elusive parents. I can't stand parents like that. And I'm sorry, when you're a kid that's underage, you got kids in your house and you're letting them watch the internet and doing all, yeah, that is on you. I'm going to put that on you 100%. So get on top of it, get to being a parent and start regulate. Damn it.
Do better.
Do better.
Whew.
Be better.
Yeah.
Do better. Okay.
Yo, player, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we are live. And if you are able to join our Patreon, please join. Because the Pepestar needs more snickety snacks. Because I'm hungry. Holla back. Love y'all.